Hi everyone, welcome to the Piano Keys. I'm so glad that you're here. This is an update and an explanation of my last video. I'll link to it here so you can watch it if you haven't seen it yet. So that video was shared by somebody on Reddit, made it to the front page of Reddit, and got incredible support. So I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for coming here to support me and commenting on the Reddit threads and just kind of showing up as a community to show solidarity and support of somebody who is one of you, one of us, the you in YouTube. A funny thing happened. The story also made it onto Dig with a headline that still has me laughing, that I'm a piano teacher whose life has been made a living hell by YouTube. I can assure you my life is not a living hell, but you know, I guess whatever grabs eyes. So I'm fine, not in a living hell. So based on the comments and the questions and the emails I've received, which has been a lot, I thought it'd be easier to just make this video than to try to answer everyone individually. Many of you recommended that I speak with Leonard French, who has the channel Lawful Masses with Leonard French. He was so nice and so accommodating. He basically replied right away and we had a nice discussion. He's an attorney, and funny enough, he's a copyright attorney, which I didn't know before talking with him, and he's also a musician. So Leonard told me all of the options that are open to me, and there's definitely recourse, and probably if I went through with the second claim, or pursued the claim that was denied, probably what would happen is that the claim would be dropped and I'd be in the clear. But that doesn't really address the issue, which is that this is an ongoing and pervasive problem in YouTube, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot that the content providers can do to stand up for ourselves. Yes, we can take them to court, but we need to have money to do that, and time and energy, and most of us don't. Just to let you know, I have received copyright claims before. Usually what happens when I get a copyright claim on a public domain piece or song is I dispute it, and it comes back within a few days saying, right, you're right about that, we're gonna release it. In this case, it took almost a whole month to get a response. And that was funny because Leonard, the attorney, told me that after a month, it's much harder to pursue a court case. So I guess these people know what they're doing. Whenever I get a copyright claim on a piece that's actually copyrighted legitimately, I never dispute it because I believe that copyright is really important. If people's intellectual property is not protected, then fewer and fewer people are actually going to make new things. And I am also a creator, and I want my copyrighted materials to be protected. So I'm not against copyright, and I've dealt with this before. So I just want to share with you some of the comments that I've gotten. Most are overwhelmingly very, very positive, and my goodness, I feel so good knowing that I'm not the only one who has dealt with this. Well, good and bad, because it's good that I'm not alone, but it's really bad that I'm not alone in this because so many people have had issues and channels have been shut down. So anyway, I'm just going to share some of the comments with you and talk about them and answer them. So somebody made a really respectful inquiry about something that I said, and I'm going to explain it later on. They say, hey, I really respect what you have to say, but I'm confused about how corporatism and cancel culture. I have criticisms of both, but I don't see how they're related, especially when it comes to YouTube's copyright strike issue. I will talk about that, and I'll tell you how they're related in my mind. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an activist, I'm just somebody who is living life in the 21st century in the world that we've created. Now that's a nice way of saying it. However, some people were not so nice. I sure love those feigned laughs after every other sentence. Who are you, Herb Sewell? I don't know who that is. It says everything about the mentality of the scumbags on YouTube, and this person is talking about me. Here's what really happened. You couldn't get views, you couldn't get subs, and you were only doing this for money. So when you get hit with a single copyright claim, you just give up on the entire thing like the loser you are. I guess it's back to trying to get your so-called friends to sign up for Amway, scumbag. Making a lot of assumptions there, aren't we? So, okay, let's look at the next one. Keep politics out of it. Cancel culture, really? What happened to you is not what is defined as cancel culture, and your speech has not been limited. You still have it. You made this post. It's a private platform. Jesus, good riddance. I never said that I have been canceled, and I didn't say that my free speech rights had been trampled upon. I'm going to explain more about this later, but let's look at one more of these. Downvote, clickbait. Reddit said, chick quits YouTube. Video says, is this the end? Question mark. Mark, mark, mark. First post pinned by owner. Oh, I'm so shocked. Thank you everyone for telling me to stay, or whatever. All right, so when I made the first video, I seriously thought that it was going to be viewed by a couple hundred of my most hardcore subscribers, and I was going to let them know what was happening, and I was just talking off the top of my head with literally no pre-planning. I just came in from a walk, I sat down, and I was so angry that I made a video just to let my viewers know what's happening behind the scenes and why I might not be posting and where they can find me. And when this community showed up to support me, it really touched me deeply. It made me really happy. And so I wanted to put a pinned comment to let people know that I appreciate them. Also, I don't sell Amway. I never have. I have lots of really good friends, and I was making money on YouTube. The funny thing was, as my subscribers and views go up, I'm making even less ad revenue. So why be on YouTube in the first place? Because here was my thinking, okay? That I could reach a lot of people that would never know me otherwise, and I would never know them. And I could post good quality content that would help people who are looking for help, and that they could have it for free, and that ad revenue could pay me for my work, because I don't want to work for free. I'm not a slave. This was how it worked in my mind. In reality, it played out really differently. So I'm not really sure how the more views I get, the lower my ad revenue is, but that's the reality. So I didn't come on YouTube to make money. I'm a professional musician. In the last year, I haven't been able to work because of COVID, like many people. So I'm not leaving because I think that I can't make money. All of this is ridiculous. And anyway, I just wanted to show the kind of things that people assume and the kinds of things that they like pin on you without knowing anything about you. Now let's talk about the cancel culture and the First Amendment. All right, so I'm not a professional speaker. And as I said, I was speaking off the top of my head, and so I didn't really pre-plan what I was going to say. No, I have not been canceled. However, cancel culture does exist. In fact, it's nothing new. You may have heard of the Salem witch trials, right? That's basically the ultimate form of cancel, is the community decides that somebody, which they're calling a witch, is not appropriate to that community, and they need to be silenced so strongly that they're going to be burned or drowned and called a witch. Cancel culture extends to genocides of entire peoples. Cancel culture is a real part of human history, and it's actually happening today. When I said free speech, I wasn't talking literally about the First Amendment. I understand that this applies only to the government silencing your speech. I get that. So what I was referring to and what I should have said is free discourse. So you might say like, okay, I'm on YouTube now talking and nobody's stopping me, right? Not yet. But here's the thing, as more and more the power gets funneled upward and companies start to have pseudo-monopolies or even outright monopolies. For example, with YouTube, yes, there are other alternatives, but not really. Nothing on the scale of what YouTube offers, the reach and the accessibility and stuff like that. So in a way, YouTube is a monopoly. Facebook, same thing, and they now own Instagram, Twitter. There are only certain channels that you can use to make your voice heard as an average person, someone without deep pockets to lobby for laws or to hire attorneys. Nothing like that is available to most of us. And so what happens is that eventually our voices get shut down. You might agree with some of the voices being shut down, yeah, those people need to not speak. But what if it's you then? What if someone decides that you shouldn't be talking, right? So my point is, no, I'm not canceled. But with this kind of environment, with people being on super high alert and being offended, and it's too easy to go over the edge. I'm not a political person. This is not a left or right argument. I'm a centrist. And that doesn't even have anything to do with what I'm talking about. I'm talking about living in a culture and in a society where the wealthy have a hand in making the laws that pertain to them. And I'm talking about corporations and also wealthy people. And more, the regular person doesn't have a say. So let me show you what was unearthed by one of the Reddit commenters. So this person found the publisher or one of the publishers that had claimed the copyright against my Moonlight Sonata, calling it Wicca Moonlight. They say that this company is called Believe SAS, and it appears to be a French music label which has done some incredibly shady things in the past. The company was founded in 2005. Believe acquired the American digital service TuneCore in April 2015. Believe Digital's expansion was fueled by $60 million growth capital investment from Technology Crossover Ventures and Exchange. In August 2016, the company acquired the failing French independent label Naive Records for 10 million euros, seeking to improve value from the company's extensive back catalog. The company has come under fire from numerous indie music developers and content creators for falsely claiming ownership of other artists' songs. For example, Techno Axe, a royalty-free music artist, claims to have faced a copyright strike from Believe Music in mid-2018. The strike in question was on a video containing a particular piece of his original music. So he had a copyright claim from a company on his own music. A company that, by the way, has way more money than any of us do. So trying to fight this company would be a losing battle. Techno Axe found out later that other creators who had fairly used his piece in their own work were also facing copyright strikes for the song. The strikes were all from Believe Music. According to Techno Axe, by using Believe Digital's legal page, he was eventually able to have the strike taken down. So who has the time and energy to pursue every single copyright strike against them that is a fraudulent copyright strike? In my opinion, this needs to be handled by YouTube. So let's keep going. We're almost done here, but this just makes me so angry. More recently, the YouTube channel Rousseau has, I think, a couple of million subscribers. Rousseau plays piano beautifully. Faced a near deletion because of copyright claims by Believe Digital. Okay, so if a giant YouTube channel like Rousseau can be in danger, that's why I'm afraid for the little guy like me. And not just me, like many. If you go to Reddit and read the comments, so many people have been shut down on false claims. The channel, a classical piano music channel featuring live piano and digital visuals, had several videos claimed for both music and visuals by Believe Digital. Rousseau explained in a tweet on January 12, 2019, that because he cannot afford to sue the company, note, he cannot afford to sue the company, this is where we get shut down, our voices get shut down, that's what I'm talking about. Free discourse. He relies wholly on disputing its claim through YouTube's claim system. Additionally, because of the number of claims, had he not won the dispute, he would have been unable to post videos, and had the company struck another video, the channel would have been taken down entirely. Other creators have claimed foul play as well, such as Jackie M., a food and lifestyle YouTuber who explained in a Medium article that although she always found copyright-free music for her videos, the company has been striking claims against her content on a near daily basis. I don't know about you, but this isn't how I want to spend my time as a creator, as a musician, as a regular citizen. I don't want to be involved in legal battles, endless legal battles, by faceless corporations that can just send their lawyers out to do the dirty work for them. So I hope that you understand what I'm talking about when I say that this isn't a First Amendment issue, but it is an issue of free speech, free discourse, in the sense that when an average person is trying to make their voices heard above the noise generated by giant corporations, it shuts us down and it makes our voices not heard. It silences us. Do we want this to be our society where the wealthy get to make the laws, skirt the laws, and tell the rest of us how to live our lives? I don't. I want to post music. And I want to pay the people who created the music that hold the copyright. But I don't want to be involved in legal battles based on BS. Okay? It's not what I chose to do with my life. I'm not a lawyer, not interested. Okay, so based on the comments here and on Reddit of people sharing their experiences that mirror mine and are even much, much worse than mine, like for somebody said that there was silence in a video that had a copyright claim. How do you copyright silence? I have no idea. So it's not going to stop. It's just not. People who grow in power generally don't want to give up that power. And so I've decided to stay on YouTube and to kind of change the course of my channel a little bit. Because I do have a platform, and YouTube is the best way to reach the most number of people. That's just the reality right now, and I didn't make the initial video to get more subscribers or more viewers so that I can keep going. I'm just adjusting my next steps according to what happened, like any normal, rational human being would. And if you want to follow me on this journey, I'm going to talk more and more, I think, about how things in the music industry and maybe in the arts are so weighed heavily against the creators, the people who make the product. And it's so sad that I have to call it a product, but there you have it. So I hope that you'll stay with me. I hope that you'll subscribe. Find me on Instagram at ThePianoKeys TPK. I'm on Facebook at ThePianoKeys. My website is ThePianoKeys.com. And I hope that you'll share your stories with me and that we can make a change together. Keep practicing. If you play the piano or any other instrument or any other art, whatever you do, do it well. Have fun at it. Make the world a better place by being a good human being and following your joy. And I will see you soon. Bye.